All right, what's up, congratulators? This is Xavier Garcia again, and I'm going to be sharing with you today my top 5 role models in life. It's important to have role models and to help you lead you towards your success. When other people have paved the road, you walk in their footsteps and you reap the benefits they get. You know, success leaves clues. So, okay. And at the end of this video, I'm going to ask you to pick which one your favorite is and which are your top 5 role models. So that way we can interact and get to know each other. Get to know each other a little bit more. So number 1, and this is going to be in chronological order, is Brian Tracy. Who's Brian Tracy? He's a success expert, born in Canada, but he's an American, and he's been around for a long time. He's an older guy, so he's old as dirt, but he's a man. He's got a lot of wisdom, a lot of age. He's like grandpa. So what started out my story, how I got to know him and learned about him, is I was in 2001, right after 9/11, the attacks on our Twin Towers in New York. I was a timeshare salesman. I wasn't doing very well. I was just young, cocky, arrogant, and just green, okay? I was new to the game, new to sales, and I thought all business people were greedy and just money-hungry people, and they were all liars. So, but anyways, someone told me, hey, you got the gift of gab, you can talk. When you get rich and famous or make a lot of money, buy me a Mercedes. I said, okay, fine, whatever, I'll show up, because I was failing in school, wasn't getting along with my teachers, and being very argumentative with all of them. And so I tried this job, got the job. Anyways, did poorly for a very long time, but my enthusiasm, my youth carried me through everything. And one day we had some speaker guy come into our sales group, and he was giving a sales pitch about going to a seminar. I really didn't care. I was probably talking to the girl in the back, pretty girl, and didn't pay much mind or much attention. I didn't think there was anything I could learn from him, let alone whoever he was talking about. But after the sales presentation passed, my closing manager, she told me, hey, I'll pay for tickets if you'll go, if you want to go. I said, okay, I'll go. So I went. And there was this large auditorium of people, salespeople, all dressed up, and I'm in my clothes, and they're kind of tacky compared to what everyone else is wearing. And he's giving his talk about how to increase your sales and whatnot, and it was all new to me. And but he had an intermission, and at his intermission, he was selling his products, and it was mind-blowing. For the first time in my life, he changed my life. And that's when I felt like the seed of self-improvement, of life improvement, was planted. And he was advertising products like the science of self-confidence, the psychology of achievement. And I'm like, does anybody else hear what he's saying? Or does anybody else know what he's talking about? I was like, I couldn't be. I never heard of such a thing, an idea. So I had my $80 on me that I had, and I sprinted back to the back tables in the hallway, back there outside of the auditorium. And I bought whatever I could buy, okay? I bought those 2 products, a book and another product, and my cash was right there. And so I was so enamored with it, and I just loved it all. I felt there was a special kinship with his work and his material. I felt like it was especially written for me, and like the words were just coming to life. And if he didn't write it, I felt like I would have wrote it. And so I love that stuff, and I was just spouting about him all the time. And my mom was like, "You're getting brainwashed by that guy," just like, "Oh, Mom." And nobody was giving me a chance because I wasn't in school. I think I was 19 at the time. I wasn't in school, wasn't going to the military, and I was failing at sales. So, what is this guy gonna do, right? Just selling magic beans. But I love that stuff, consumed it a lot, and it got me into the habit of reading. And somehow, since my mind is on this success consciousness, he's a success expert. And what I liked and admired about him, before I go to my next role model, is that he had a passion for this one question, which was, why are some people more successful than others? And he put his mind to this question, and he started finding the patterns and the universal laws and principles that make other people successful. And he realized when he copies what they do, he gets the same benefits. Just like if you want to know how to make a great soup, you follow the recipe, or a great salad, Caesar salad, and you follow the recipe, you get the same results. And the same thing is true for success. So your role models are, show you how they were successful, and if you follow their advice or the way they do things, you can have success in your relationships, or in your fitness program, or in your finances. It's just as simple as that. all things being equal, it's you'll get the same results. So so that's him, and while my mind is on success, and it's been opened. I started watching TV, or I was watching TV always, of course, we did. But this guy kept coming on infomercials, and I'm like, who's this guy? It was about you can get the edge in life, master your emotions, master your finances. And I'm like, who is this guy? And I'm a Brian Tracy loyalist, so I was hesitant to check it out. And I didn't have a lot of money at the time. I was working at a bookstore that's no longer in business anymore. It's closed. That chain is closed. And but I decided to take a chance, and I bought his program. It was like $200 or something. And I just thought it was extraordinary. I was blown away by it. And I was like, man, I love both of these guys. These guys are two awesome dudes. And I was like, you know what? That's what I want to do. I want to be like him. And Tony Robbins, this is the guy I'm talking about. Big teeth, big guy. Talking about taking massive action. He's just a monster. He's monstrous. And he gets results. He's the leading number one life coach in the world. He started the life coach industry. Before him, there was just counselors and motivational speakers, and he seemed to combine the two. And so, I just thought he's extraordinary, and I still follow him to this day. I believe I'm his Kobe he's my Jordan, and I'm his Kobe, and I hope to eclipse him one day in taking over and succeeding him in the life coaching industry, And so, so he's my dude. That's my guy. So Brian Tracy, Tony Robbins. And after that, I also noted that it's a good thing to have a purpose in your life, which Tony preaches. He talks about living with passion. But at the same time, I needed something deeper. And so life, or God, guided me into a direction where I was desperate I needed something more, something deeper. I was had hunger for something more. And that was Jesus. And so I went to a lot of different churches, of different denominations, of different sects. And so, but the religion that I found, the religion of grace, and that was Jesus Christ. And so the story with that is I was invited out to go to a church, and I liked it. It's a rock church here in San Diego. And Pastor Miles McPherson is the pastor there. And so he's my third role model. And I was going every Sunday night because I had a lot of anger issues, and I didn't want to go to the bars and party because I would get in trouble there. And so that's what I would do on my Sunday nights. I would go to church. And I was doing that for a while, and then I think I stopped for a little while, and then someone asked me to go. And so I decided to go, and I was stood up. Well, that's how I got started in the first place. But to how I officially made him my pastor was someone invited me to go with her, a platonic friend, and we went out, and I was tired of being devil's advocate and just sitting on the fence and just be a bystander and watcher of the church and not participating. I decided to answer the altar call, and I gave my life to Jesus that day. And so Pastor Miles McPherson, he's just a regular guy. He can connect with so many people, and he's left-handed. He's a brother. And so I just had a quick affinity towards him. His mission is to establish global pervasive hope, and his new book just came out. It's called The Third Option, about having unity through honor. It's about honoring each other, whatever, regardless of race. It's having hope for a divided nation. And I love Pastor Miles, and I hope to continue learning from him in the months and years ahead. And I hope to have an even closer relationship with them sooner than later. But I love the church, and I'll continue going there for the rest of my life, for as long as I know. So, God willing. So that's my third role model, Pastor Miles McPherson. My fourth role model is my YouTube role model. And so the way I discovered him was Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart. And I love him. He's a new age guy, so we have a difference on some things, but he's just in beast mode. He constantly uploads videos every day, and we're in the 21st century, and YouTube is a new platform that I believe is going to launch me into my self-improvement career, training career. And so I was watching him. I watch his videos all the time. I like his stuff. I subscribed to him, and I was like, I can do that, and I should do that. And so that's what prompted me here. And so this is what brings me here today. Ralph Smart, can I get a hello there? 7-day vegan challenge. And so I love you, Ralph Smart. If you're watching, if you ever get to watch this, I made a video about you. So thank you very much for you being my role model. And so that's my fourth role model. My fifth role model, last but not least, and about a year and a half ago, we had our elections, and President Donald Trump, Commander-in-Chief of this great nation, the United States of America, has inspired me to take greater pride, nationalistic pride in my country, the US of A. And his common sense conservatism, his vision, his leadership. He's a pro-American, business-friendly leader, and his mission, his idea is to make America great again. We've always been great, but I believe we've gotten away from some things, and we need to refocus on some of the basics, and that got us here. And so he's just an accomplishing machine. He accomplishes so much, and we're not even 2 years into his term. So I love him, that's great. Pro-business or pro-American, business-friendly, and he's a multi-billionaire. He's a great American success story with all his ups and downs, his failures, his bankruptcies, but he's proven that in America, this is a land of opportunity. And if you're willing to pick yourself up by the bootstraps, you can make yourself a success again. We give each other second chances. So God bless him. And so that's it. Those are my top 5 role models currently today. Let me know what yours are and who is your favorite of mine, if you have one, if you like. And please subscribe to the channel, Ultimate Psychology channel. And also a tidbit at the end, I have some honorable mentions. Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher. He's probably the #1 motivational speaker on YouTube, and that's how he got to start. And he's Mr. Beast Mode. I love him. Thank God it's Monday. That's one of his episodes that he would do. And so I picked up on him. He inspires me. And also Floyd Money Mayweather, the best ever. I love that affirmation. And hard work, dedication. And so he's been a winner in the ring. People have different ideas about all of my role models, in and outside of their places of business. Nobody's perfect except Jesus. And but I like what Floyd has been able to do. He's been able to make so much money, and he's just perfect, has a perfect record. And so I really admire that. All work is easy work is what he says. And so, yeah, that's it. And last tidbit, of course, and I didn't get this into the intro, was that, I didn't include any of my family members. That's a separate category, and they have a special place outside of my non-family member role models. And of course, Jesus Christ, the perfect man, the man that we should all strive to be like. He's the Alpha and the Omega, and he's the perfect role model. So that being said, God bless you, God bless America, and love with freedom. Thank you very much.